Hello, my name is Magdalena Proszowska and I welcome you to my 10-minute video tutorial about how to paint realistic looking eyes. Well, the secret to paint a good looking eyes lies in understanding the anatomy. You need to keep in mind that the eyeball is a sphere object and the iris is a cavity. By surface, you can imagine it as going inside the ball. That's why we will get a shadow on the iris in this spot and shading on the eyeball will be here. And also keep in mind that the eyelids surround the eyeball, so they follow the geometry of the sphere. I already created a very simple sketch of the eye, and I will just grab any of the painting brushes and start shading it. It is always smart to have a small mirror on your desk when you are painting faces, just to look into it and get the fresh reference of the surface of the face feature that you are painting. While I am painting, I am trying to match the direction of the stroke to direction of the surface to emphasize it. Thanks to Coral having very natural looking brushes, following surface with the brush strokes gives a very natural and traditional touch to the painting. It is important to remember that the eyelids have a thickness, so the top eyelid will drop shadow on the eyeball and the bottom eyelid will catch some of the light. What I can recommend to everyone who wants to paint more attractive faces is to watch other tutorials about how to do makeup, because doing makeup is an art in itself of how to create more appealing looking eyes, and it is very beneficial when it's not always very intuitive to look into it. The best looking eyes aren't the natural eye, but the eyes that have a makeup on top of it. So understanding how and why makeup is applied, it really helps out to make eyes in your portraits looking really great. Some of those decisions that I made are based on not exactly the realism, but applied makeup on top of it. For example, this highlight on the top eyelid is not a color of the skin, it's actually a light eyeshadow. Yeah, I am really recommending just look into some makeup videos, and getting to know it really helps out. I turn off the sketch. At this point I really don't need it any longer, and I will just focus on shading and creating the correct surfaces. When it comes to painting, the edge control is really important aspect. And by edge I don't only mean the outline of neighboring object like edge of the face and beginning of the hair. And the edge can be also inside the object. For example, the curvature of the nose is an edge, and it goes from hard to the soft one. And looking for those kind of edges in the face really brings out the dimensionality. As I mentioned earlier, the iris is a cavity, so it will have a shadow at the top part and it will catch light at the bottom part. When you observe the iris, how it looks in reality, you will clearly see that there is no hard edge between white of the eye and the color of the iris, but there is actually a soft edge. And when I really want to have a very hard edge for the blackness of the iris, I will just grab a selection, select a circle and color it black. For eyelashes, I will create a new layer because it's much easier to edit, or if I want to fix something, it is always better to have it as separate object from the main painting instead of overpainting it on already existing one. I am flipping canvas horizontally to see any mistakes that I am doing in painting, and I instantly see that I made one of the iris too small, so I will grab a selection and rescale it and fit it to the specific place I want it to be, and blend any edges that were created in the process. The final touch is the reflection in the eye, and for creating the reflection I also created a new layer, grab a selection, and I want to make this feeling of a window reflected in the eye, so I make the selection that fits it, also create a shadow of the eyelashes on the reflection, and just fill it with the areograph or any similar soft edged brush. And the same process for the bottom reflection. When it comes to the eyebrows, there is a really cool rule or a trick how to set the placement of it, and the eyebrows should start with the corner of the eye, and the curvature of the eyebrow should be placed aligned with the line from top of the nose through the iris. And that will be our eyebrow that is a neutral, because my eyebrow on the right side is with the gesture, so it's raised. I cannot really follow it, but I keep it in mind at least that it starts with the corner of the eye. So I am adding the last touches. The hair I overpainted in the progress of painting the eye. I bring them back right now, and I am pretty much done. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. Leave any comment if you have any more questions for me about the process of painting, and have a great day!